even the few in the managing committee were demanding a ban on my undertaking any kind of a societal work through managing committee. Yes, please go ahead. But my humble request is that I be banned for life, not for 1 or 2 years, from undertaking any kind of a work which I passionately undertook over the years, but was proved thankless by a handful of greedy and opportunist people. Kindly leave no scope for me to think of anything related to PSN. I'll be grateful and obliged if you leave no possibility for me to undertake any kind of a societal work, whether it is to ensure a just and equitable environment in PSN by restricting handful colluding managing committee members who, by hobnobbing with each other, start calling autocratic shots, thinking that they become indispensable if they are not marked on time every now and then. Whether it is to make sure CCTVs in large numbers that are installed in each and every corner of our entire premises, for which I had to personally follow up rigorously, like I did recently in the case of CPR training. Whether it is to ensure the common maintenance rates remain unchanged over many years by preempting the moves of colluding managing committee members with PPMS who try to hike it many times, and thus ensuring we get our value for money. Ban me so that I do not spend my time with an inactive members of our large society to tell them about the malpractices and manipulations being adopted by handful in managing committee, and thereby breaking any kind of a cartel formation, as is already started happening now again. Ban me so that I am not able to mobilize people by doing all this when there is a need to do so in safeguarding the interests of all the members. Let there be no scope for me to have a second OLV, that is an online voting, in PSN like we had when we chose our property management services vendor, that is JLL over CBRE. Let there be no pressure or obligation on me to mobilize 300 plus members by contacting them personally through mails, through phone calls, through SMS, or through intercoms, etc., in the shortest possible time of 3 days that was cleverly given by then MC for general public to exercise their first democratic decision to be taken online, but not without my campaign for it. Ban me so that I do not organize regular informal meetings anymore, either at the podium level of the clubhouse or at my residence, by spending so many productive hours and energy again in future. Let the managing committee ban me so that I do not enter into association office again as president with the intention of bringing in monthly newsletters to keep members updated on various internal issues, publishing monthly account statements to the members to make aware them about the financial status, or to push for never before measures like redrawing the renewed rentals from all the existing vendors who have been sheltered and connived with pathetic rentals, or by installing CCTVs in managing committee meeting room so that all the discussions can be viewed by the non-managing committee members outside transparently, or demanding to arrange for many facilities like CPR training facility on regular basis so that the life is saved by timely help, or by giving identity to subcommittees and office bearers along with their deputies with their separate mail IDs to interact with the public, or blocking of any kind of a loopholes in the system so that no staff or MC member indulge in any kind of a under the table dealing, so as far as possible, or immediately create competitive alternative vendors to overcome the inefficiencies and corrupt practices being adopted by the existing gas vendors, that is CTEC Gas Agency or housekeeping agency, that is Nikita, who are still hanging around with the blessings of the current MP in spite of proven inefficient services, manipulations in the bills and eve teasing by their employees. Disable me so that I do not expose last year's managing committee's smart and clever move through which the last year's MC kept on remitting the payments whole year to the tune of 15 crores to all our existing vendors, but the bills never came to the association office till date, for which we only had to appoint auditors at less than half the remuneration of the last year's managing committee appointed auditors to scrutinize these bills which went to PPMS. I plead that I be banned or penalized for life ban for all these reasons. And look who are demanding this disciplinary action on me. Sajid, Joseph, Arun, Vikram and Vivek. I have no problems with Sajid, Joseph and Arun because they were very predictable on the very first day in the MC when they filed their nominations for MC together. Like we all 17 to 18 OLV members out of the total 25 did. And like true opportunists, they chose the subcommittees like vendor management, infrastructure, clubhouse, culture, etc., etc. Only the creaming ones. And the second very day, they brought in the quotations for various things, which was denied by me because the MC should not be seen as a committee running behind quotations only. None of these members were ever interested in jobs which never gave anything, which were not creamy. This Joseph was in managing committee last year also, which paid hefty payment to all the vendors without the association knowing how much was the bill for it, forget about scrutinizing them ever. And today he and other subcommittee members will give their decisions or clearances like typical minister of state with independent charge without even bothering to discuss it in the MC forum or with general public. Vikram, like a true politician sitting in Hyderabad, has not bothered to attend even a single meet this whole year, but is the first one to ask bans and resignations. And why they will not demand it? They have been developed as present MC's contractors by Arnab, Vivek Shandilya and Devashish. All work contracts run through them, all purchase orders, work orders and subsequent payments are routed through them. This was the simplest possible formula adopted by these guys to keep the majority number in their favor with the support of these contractors, and thus keep me and my other gentle managing committee members from OLV group away, and thus diluting the whole philosophy of OLV for which it was formed. How conveniently these three guys of OLV, that is Arnab, Vivek Shandilya and Devashish, aligned with these greedy forces to remain in power. Please recall that nearly for 5 months, starting from October 2015 to February 2016, that is till managing committee elections, these guys participated in OLV movement spearheaded by me and my wife, mainly to oust the corrupt dispensation of the last year MC by spending huge amount of time, money and courage. And one day prior to the MC election, after knowing that there is not going to be any kind of a contest or real election, we all 17 to 18 OLV members basically pursued and insisted by me to file their nominations, set for an informal meeting in Muktesh's house to pre-decide the office bearers, and of course within the from within the OLV group only, as we had more than the required numbers for the majority. Non-OLV members like Sajid, Arun, Joseph, Pradeep, Gopal and Vikram and Anita were obviously not involved. Prior to this meet, the guy Arnab liaised with me very vigorously to get onto the secretaryship. But sooner they joined MC and were made as secretary and treasurers, gradually their true colors were seen. Few from OLB who joined a managing committee wanted to earn extra money out of the members' money and were so desperate to catch hold of few of the such contracts, but firmly denied and politely denied, since they were old friends. Some were told to overcome the malified intention of joining managing committee and grabbing the creamy subcommittees to enjoy something extra every now and then. So they all joined hands and aligned internally with these non-OLB members against me. It all started such a silly thing like fridge in Pasava office, which I wanted to buy for managing committee's exclusive use, and therefore ordered it online. That is cash on delivery, for which this guy objected to in his trademark irritating loud voice, thinking he knows the best and all others are fool, in front of the whole staff, leaving all basic maturity of saying unsavory things in private, warning me of serious audit repercussions if I ordered the fridge through petty cash, which I knew was an absolute nonsense and probably was just a jealous outburst. I delegated this to him, but he could not do so, as he also had to buy this fridge through petty cash only. And then I told him over the phone not to come in my way of delivering small things fast for the society's betterment, like creepers at the entrance involving rupees 10,000 rupees, etc., etc., which he helped in politicizing. Since then, this like a dirty politician, he started working behind me in spreading all wrong information in the group, and had gone to the extent of having secret breakfast with these non-OLB members in Kamath restaurant, along with few other OLB members. When I, along with others in OLB, have been requesting him to come forward and meet to sort out any differences between us. But he, along with the few opportunist OLB members as mentioned earlier, dumped OLB and joined hands with Sajid, Joseph, Arun and Vikram, who never shared thoughts, ideology of OLB and in fact were very critical of it. And see his jealousy in spite of all this. He asked me the money for the flyers distributed through newspapers by my wife. I asked him to show a single association which charges for this service being rendered by newspaper agency in whole Bangalore. Also, let him and his other accomplices know who are working as the ministers with independent charges, that the whole issue of my hot arguments with Leena in Pasava office relates to putting up the poster of my wife's real estate business on notice boards, for which Pasava office has been charging highly erratically. In August 2015, the charges were 600 rupees for a week, and in October 2015, charges dropped down to 400 rupees per week, and then in June there was a quantum jump of, and it was raised to 1,500 rupees for the same period. But all have been without taxes, as the association was bearing the tax burden probably. Brigade Metro Police, who were aware of Fountain Square, nowhere they charge a separate tax. Mind you, she is the same Leena who was found to be in the custody of illegally held cash worth thousands of rupees along with Sayyed, and they were forced to deposit this cash in our association accounts by me. They both failed to give a reply to the last year's Sports Fest money running into many thousand rupees. perhaps they found this an opportunity to settle the scores. Though I took pity on them and excused them with the warning for this crime while being HP. And it is absolutely bullshit if someone says that I have taken money for appointing alert commandos, JLL, SMP and Total Gas. I have guts and proof that I have taken money. Otherwise, just keep your jealous mouth shut. You are trying to cover up your own misdeeds of betrayals and subsequent wrongdoings by alleging so. JLL and alert commandos, everybody knows, were done most democratically and systematically. SMP and Total Gas were attempts made to curtail few of the existing vendors who were either getting too demanding or threatening to discontinue their services openly in front of the whole MC and in writing also. If the demands for higher rates were not met within their ultimatum of less than a half day. It was an attempt made to discourage them and others in doing so. Of course, thinking that there is no traitor in our team OLV, who are now ensuring that things go back to the square one. No monthly newsletters, no monthly account statements, no sharing of managing committee meetings through installed CCTV cameras to non-MC members, no manager's appointment, no good living document till now, no extra benches in lawns, no change of gas vendor in spite of not only the wrong billings by the existing vendor, but overpriced purchases of gas, resulting into a lot of loss to the association and the society. No basement cleaning, which I attempted to do through SMP. No CPR training until I had to vigorously petition for it. Such a necessary thing is also overlooked. Unlike few other less important work or purchase order issued, like tiling the visitors parking etc., through these very contractors only, to keep them happy and in turn keep me away. Kindly be rest assured that I am enjoying my family work and workouts, and I have no such intentions to come back. And last but not the least, this video was meant to dispel all wrong information about my leaving MC. Some said that I left due to pressure from vendors, some said I left as I made a lot of money, etc., etc. It's all wrong. Thank you very much.